Welcome guys back to another video in the channel. Today we're doing another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily, and this is a show where we look at all the different transfer news today. The last two videos have been a hit, so please leave a like, subscribe if you have enjoyed. And today we've got some huge news today. But Jack Grealish has been linked with Arsenal. The exact phrase is Arsenal expressed an interest in signing Jack Grealish after Manchester United transfer blow. Jack Grealish remains undecided about his future, with Arsenal apparently entering the fray to sign him. Grealish, Aston Villa's captain and talisman, has been widely linked with a move to Manchester United, but the Red Devils were put off by his £80 million price tag. With Villa remaining in the Premier League and backed by wealthy owners, they're unwilling to drop that figure to allow him to leave. United are more content in the squad. Obviously, they've got Bruno Fernandes, the likes of Paul Pogba. And Arsenal, according to Sky Sports, have now registered an interest in Jack Grealish. However, they're yet to follow up on that interest. What they mean is that there's no bid, there's no real talks, there's just an expressed an interest. I really don't like these phrases. They don't really tell us anything, which is, I don't like that at all. But Aston Villa Chiefs want to build a highly ambitious team around Grealish, who is yet to be capped by England. But there is serious interest from many big clubs, with Grealish himself undecided about whether to leave his boyhood club. It's been a terrific season for the 24-year-old. He scored 8 goals, 6 assists in a Premier League for a relegation-threatened outfit, so that is very good, to be honest, and scored a goal to keep them up in the final day of the Premier League against West Ham United. Arsenal finished 8th after a miserable season, but could still win the FA Cup and qualify for Europa League if they beat Chelsea on Saturday. Obviously, that could save their season. In my opinion, Jack Grealish is a very, very good player. Again, can he do it at the top level? I think he has the capabilities of doing it at the top level, but he has to show it. Again, £80 million? Are you serious? £80 million for someone who could or maybe not could do it in the Premier League. I know he's quite young, 23, 24 years old, as I just mentioned in the article, but again, and he will have more money, but again, £80 million, again, because if Aston Villa got relegated, I think Jack Grealish could leave for around 40 to 50, but now it's so crazy with English players, because, you know, because they're still in the Premier League, they're just not going to reduce that fee. I just don't think why we should be spending £80 million on a player that could or could not do it. He hasn't proven it at the top level, so I'd rather Arsenal go after someone like Philippe Coutinho, who could be for way less, for example, a loan or a swap, and it would be much better for Arsenal. So I just don't see why we need Jack Grealish. Again, for that kind of money, we shouldn't be going after Jack Grealish. Saying that, we did spend £72 million on Nicola Pepe, but again, even Nicola Pepe was quite proven. I know it wasn't in a great league, but he did guide Lille to second, so that is quite a big achievement. However, Jack Grealish was fighting towards the bottom of Premier League relegation, and Aston Villa just survived, which is pretty crazy. So that's my opinion on Jack Grealish. I don't think we should go after him. Again, that might piss off some fans, but again, please leave in the comment section down below what you think about this, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Next bit of news comes from Ozil, and apparently his agent has said that he is not leaving Arsenal this summer. The agent of Mesut Ozil, aka the fraudster, says he is set to see out his contract with Arsenal. He is a target for Fenerbahce, Arsenal. Ozil is now inside the final year of his £350,000 a week deal, but his agent Erkut Sugut insists that midfielder will stay with the Gunners next season and see out his contract. I think Mesut Ozil has not changed his mind. He'll continue until the summer of 2021. He only has 1 year left on his contract. Nothing has changed. He's an Arsenal player, as Sugut stated. In 2021, it's 90% sure he'll leave Arsenal. What can be said? He'll go to play in another club. Could be in Asia or America. Of course, Turkey is an option. So Ozil, a week ago, he was linked with a move over to Fenerbahce, but obviously now it looks like that he's not going to be going there. And again, with Ozil, it's like, again, we really need to get him out of the club. He's just not good enough right now, and he's not under Mikel Arteta's plans. He's not featured in this. He's featured in a few squads over the post-lockdown, but he's not played a single minute for Arsenal, and I don't see him playing a minute in the FA Cup final because Arteta clearly doesn't trust him. Arteta would like to get him out this summer. I don't think that will happen, because why would he give up a £350,000 contract? It's pretty obvious. I wouldn't if I was him. I would just see it out, even if it means playing Fortnite for another year. But yeah, I just don't see Ozil leaving this summer. I can't see Arsenal paying £80-90 million just to get him off the books, release him. Again, Fenerbahce, do we loan him and pay most of the wages, and that we'll see out his contract? Maybe that would be good because we pay less and we won't have to see any of him. But again, what do we do? We're still paying most of that. Oh God, I just don't know how we can sell him this summer. I don't think it will happen. No one really wants him. His wages are too much, especially with the crisis we're in. So unfortunately, we'll probably be left with Ozil for the year. I know a lot of people like him, but personally, just had enough. Since he signed that new contract, he's done nothing except from that one good performance against Leicester at home. But other than that, he's done nothing. I think we should get rid of Ozil. Now my thoughts on Ozil. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below if what you think on Ozil. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let's move on to the next one. Next rumour comes from Chelsea. Now Chelsea expect Willian to complete Arsenal transfer. Apparently Arsenal are closing in to sign Willian to complete a free transfer after Saturday's FA Cup final. Willian has been happy to stay in West London, but he was unimpressed with the club's offer a 2-year deal. His representatives believe a 3-year extension would go against Chelsea's policy, in which they've compromised in a 2-year offer to Willian. If you don't know, guys, Chelsea's thing is that with a player over 30, they're only going to offer 1-year contracts. But with Willian, they've already offered 2, so they already compromised that, but they're not willing to give a 3-year deal. Obviously, Willian is in his latter years of his career, so I can see why he wants a 3-year deal. Again, he just wants to secure his future. I get all that. Chelsea have allowed Pedro to leave to Roma, while Hakim Ziyech is arriving in his position. To further limit Willian's opportunities, his form has been good since the resumption of the Premier League, but Chelsea will not grant him a 3-year deal. But Arsenal, yay, we're the free club. All the free clubs, all the free players come to Arsenal. We love free players. And apparently we're going to give him a 3-year deal. Now, this could go one of two ways. He could be one of those guys who comes on a quite hefty contract and does nothing, and then he comes in Ozil on a 3-year deal, which again would not work because he would just be sitting around and Arsenal fans would be complaining. But on the other hand, he does look like a humble guy who would keep his head down and do well. He is miles ahead of Nelson. And I do think, it could work out. Ironically, William's final game for the club could come against Arsenal as the Blues take on Mikel Arteta's side in the FA Cup final on Saturday. Willian missed a 2-0 win against Wolves on the final day of the season, but he is expected to prove his fitness in time to face the Gunners. Again, this does give me deja vu of David Luiz. Obviously, we did pay them in Baku, and then after that, David Luiz did join us. I'll probably take Willian, but not on a 3-year deal. I'd rather have him on a 2-year deal, but obviously with Kia Jurabachin in charge, you know it's going down. I don't have to say no more about Kia Jurabachin. I've said more than enough on him. So that is Willian. I know this transfer daily has been a long one, but the last piece of news we're going to look at is Philippe Coutinho. We've talked about him on the last 2 shows, but it just keeps going, doesn't it? But today, the news is stating that Arsenal are in pole position to sign Philippe Coutinho as Raul Sinelli drives talks. Arsenal are leading the chase to sign Philippe Coutinho from Barcelona this summer, with head of football Raul Sinelli the driving force behind the deal, according to reports. The Brazilian spent the past season on loan at Bayern Munich, scoring 8 goals and laying 6 assists from 15 Bundesliga starts, but the German champions have declined to make the move permanent. 15 Bundesliga starts and 8 goals, 6 assists. That is pretty good. With Barcelona keen to cash in on a Coutinho, there's open opportunity for other clubs, and he has been particularly keen on a return to the Premier League. As we said yesterday, Kia Jurabachin did say he would like a Premier League return, and according to Catalan newspaper Mundo Deportivo, Arsenal made the biggest play to sign Coutinho and now in pole position to land the playmaker. Arsenal and Tottenham are interested in him, but obviously we are Kia Jurabachin FC, and we do look like there's that we could sign him. Sinelli also worked at Barcelona, and he was central to the deal to both ties new camp, and he has obviously excellent relationship with Coutinho's agent Kia Jurabachin. The stumbling block, however, now is that the transfer will be structured, but Barcelona only want a cash and only deal. But Barcelona are also interested in Guendouzi, so maybe there could be a swap there. Even a few months ago, they'd begrudgingly accept another big money loan deal to what they agreed with Bayern, who only paid £7 million for the season in addition to his wages. Now apparently Barcelona want £18 million in a loan fee, so apparently that could be a stumbling block for Arsenal, and why not? £80 million is probably the same money you'd have for Ozil to pay off his wages, so I don't see why. Again, I think we will sign Coutinho, but again, those kind of loan fees or kind of wages just don't put for me, just they don't do it for me. But my overall opinion, he is a very good player, and we have talked about Grealish, of course, but I think he's a more experienced player, and he's done it at the top with Liverpool. He was a very key player for them, and again, 8 goals and 15 starts in midfield, and 6 assists as well. I think that's pretty good. I think he'll do very well for us, and again, he's a very good player, and I'd love to have him at the club. So yeah, that is it for today's Arsenal Transfer News Daily. If you have got any more thoughts, leave them in the comment section down below. The last few episodes have been such a hit, so please keep continuing them, share them all around. That would be very, very good. And if you guys have got more news, please leave them down in the comment section below. Start a debate with me. I would like to see what you guys think about this. Who would you like Arsenal to sign? I've dropped a video on Arsenal, so you guys, my ideal summer transfer window, so you guys could check that out in my channel. And also please, you like, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.